What do you think Verizon can do with Yahoo that Yahoo couldn't do as an independent company?
Well, I think that there's tremendous scale that comes together from all the different assets that they've been investing in. And overall, I think that for us, one of the big challenges we've had is we've reinvented our products. We've tried to make Yahoo Mail perfect for the phone. We're very proud of where Yahoo Mail, that client, is today. Same thing is true for news, for weather, sports, finance. We've got about 8 cornerstone applications that, when users use them, they engage with them, they love them, they engage with them every single day, and we really need more distribution. So for us, Verizon has tremendous mobile distribution, and that's at least one area that we're very excited about. But overall, I think it represents just a huge amount of scale and opportunity for Verizon.
You've said you plan to stay. What role do you envision for yourself in this new entity?
Well, I think that for the immediate future, obviously the transaction is expected to close in Q1 of next year. Immediately, I've got 2 priorities. One is seeing this transaction through to close, but also watching over the value of our Asian assets and the equity stakes that we have there. And then moving forward, we'll ultimately figure it out. This process has been a little bit different because unlike a one-on-one acquisition where you spend a lot of time during the actual acquisition process leading up to the announcement, designing the integration plans, we've been in an auction process. So we're going to sit down with Marnie and Tim and folks at Verizon and AOL this week, really start to design some of those integration plans. But I love Yahoo, and it's really important to me to see it into the next chapter.
So you came here with so much possibility, so much hope. You wanted to restore Yahoo to greatness, bring search back, build out news and original content. How do you personally feel about this outcome?
I feel very good about it. I think that Yahoo is a company that changed the world, and not very many companies get to change the world. And if you think about it, before Yahoo, the internet was a government research project. It really humanized the web. It's one of the reasons that all of us have email accounts. It popularized search and real-time media, and that's just really amazing. And then, to me, it was really how do we take all of those historical moments and influences that it's had and harness that in the paradigm shift to mobile. And when you look at where the business is today, we're really proud of where our products are, the way we've transitioned our users. We have more than 1 billion users each month on our properties. 600 million of those are coming to us through mobile. That's tripled over the past 4 years, and in large part, we think, because of the quality of the products and the investments that we've made there. And so, to take this, incredibly powerful, transformational company that has changed the world and help see it into this new era is incredibly important. And obviously, this transaction isn't just about the strategic future for Yahoo, but it's also about unlocking value for our shareholders in the remaining equity stakes,
right,
et cetera. And so this is really an opportunity to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak. And when we feel that we've really achieved that with this outcome.
Do you think having an activist investor made it harder, made your job harder?
I think that the company has had various active agendas around it over the past few years, and I think that you should always be open to challenge. You should always be open to scrutiny. I do think that there's certainly some elements that become more of a distraction, but the challenge and the scrutiny isn't something that I would shy away from. I think that
there was a lot of scrutiny.
I think that it really is something that you've got to be able to stay focused through it, and I couldn't be prouder with how the teams have executed throughout this process, through this period of uncertainty that's been around the strategic review process that we've been in. We have exceeded our goals for the first half of the year, and so we want to keep that momentum going into the second half of the year and into the operating business's new future.
What about Alibaba? Did Alibaba make things easier or harder?
Alibaba is just a tremendous company, and they've been a tremendous asset overall for our shareholders. We were very supportive of Jack and Joe and the whole team at Alibaba. They're a big part of our story, and we're a big part of their story.
You had said at one point that if you had 3 more years, so in total 7 years, that you could turn this company around, that you could do what you accomplished to do. Do you think you could have done more if you had more time?
I think that we see the path to growth. That said, I do think that path gets accelerated with Verizon, and that's something I'm very excited about. So I do think that We will get Yahoo back to growth on the revenue side. We've obviously continually grown on the user side. Our user base is up by about 50% over the past 4 years, with that mobile base tripling. And so we've had user growth throughout. We've had a large legacy business that's been declining. And so I'm incredibly proud of the growth that we've had. We took mobile, video, native, and social. We identified those early and grew them to $1.6 billion in revenue from basically nothing in 2011, and I'm incredibly proud of that. I do think that we will keep in either scenario the Mavens growing, and I'm just overall excited about the fact that I think that Verizon's a great acceleration to that effort.
Again, I'm here with Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer. Thanks to all of you on radio for listening. Is there anything that you would have done differently, even one thing, when you look back on the last 4 years?
I think overall, when I think about things, I prefer to be more focused on the future and the opportunities. And, certainly, there are things that, if you knew more of the backstory behind why they happened or how they happened, they may be more or less or harder or easier to understand. But I think overall, all those experiences are what makes us who we are. And, I'm really proud of the team here, and I'm proud of the accomplishments. And there's always, there's always going to be a bit of a mix, but on the whole, it's a great day for the company and a great outcome.
So beyond the immediate future and the next phase, what do you really want to do next? Will you be a public company CEO again? I know you love product. Would you want to be a VC? Do you want to start something of your own? Like, what interests you?
I love being involved with companies that get the privilege of changing the world. And I got that at Google. I got that here again at Yahoo. And I love all phases of companies. I was at Google from tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. I've managed, singletons, tens, now hundreds, thousands, and I love all phases of companies. And I've loved, the effort and the energy and the hard work required to try and stem a decline that we've had here at Yahoo by replacing it with new business. And so, all of that is overall really, really exciting to me. But it's really about that rare privilege of being able to be part of a company that gets to transform culture and transform people's lives.
You had 3 children in this job. You became a mom. Your decisions around parenting were highly scrutinized for whatever it's worth. But that's such a big accomplishment. Like, how has motherhood changed you and changed the way that you lead and your approach to business?
I think that, you learn so much about yourself in having children. And, my children are just amazing. Motherhood's an incredible experience overall, but you learn a lot about yourself. And I've learned that, I have my quality time with my kids, but I love to work. I love to have an impact. I love to talk with them. Overall about it. My parents are visiting this week, and they had to laugh because yesterday my son came up and we were making plans for dinner, and he said, "Okay, so you're going to go and you're going to do your board call, and then I'm going to go and kick the ball, and then we'll have dinner." And I was like, "Okay." And so my parents just laughed themselves silly that my 3.5-year-old knows what a board call is. But it's been something that, to me, it's been very much a blended lifestyle where, I get my quality time with them and watching them grow and learn. My background was, artificial intelligence and symbolic systems at Stanford, which is basically how people learn. So to watch your own children learn is just incredible. But it's also, what I've learned about myself is I love to work. I love to have a big impact. I love to have that base to grow on, to bond with them over. And for me, it's really important to keep going. I think that just being able to come up with a blended working style that incorporates them but still allows me to prioritize has been important.